Bola Westa demo, gomo plate gomo. Pemain star demo, gomo plate gomo. Pemain star demo, gomo plate gomo. Semangat anak Klaten kena beringat lagu lawen. Semangat tu janggut dalam darah Klaten. Berani sikit tak takut kalau cuba guna.
Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. They are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great sense of drama here, a great sense of excitement and expectation. So what a stage for the players to take to here ahead of such an important game. Kelantan have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in. At times they'll mix their game up and keep their width. And of course they're also expected to track any runs from opposition fullbacks. So they've got quite hard-working jobs, but if they can gain a one-on-one advantage, they can dictate.
So off we go then. And it's Mbappe. Shapes to shoot. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
Peters. Kelantan were imperious when the two sides last met, and the fans are asking for more of the same. Mbappe! Mbappe! Oh, just lacked a decent finish.
Oh, look, I don't want to sound too dismissive, but from here, that looked the harder thing to do.
Mbappe, and he's away. Mbappe! It's good distance on it. He hits it! Great effort, beautifully taken.
Ah, that's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
He's ruffled a few feathers, well dealt with. Lovren. And it's Mbappe. He came in hard, very hard. I have to say, that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. Looking cross-field, changing the point of attack. There's a long ball. He's got options out wide. The ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance.
There's a lot of movement up front.
Yeah, I have I've noticed that those front players are working very hard, dropping deeper.
Yeah, and I just think it keeps the opposition off guard with so much switching of position. Keeping shape is much harder.
Peters. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. He's gone for it!
Big relief, it just needed better contact.
Xavi looked very impressive there, well, at least until he got into a shooting position, something I'm sure he'll want to have a go at again.
Good interception. It's gone a long way up and away. And back to base. Trying to play it through.
Oh, that just required a bit more oomph to reach its target.
Brushed off the ball there. Chance to break. Guillem. Correa. It's got through to him. Now can he finish? Here comes the corner. Tries to get it clear. Plays it out to the wing. Puts it into the mid. Up to meet it! Oh, just couldn't turn it in.
No, that was a slick move, and there were several options in the box to pick out.
Better of his opposite number. Brannigan. A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. He's managed to get himself offside. Keeper sends it forward. Played out to the right. Xavi. Xavi tries running with the ball at his feet. Perhatian have it back and they can go again. Tries to get it forward quickly. Cleared without complication. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Correa. More than happy to take the muscular approach. Up towards the flank. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Brings the first half to a close. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. So first half thoughts?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And we are already promptly back underway. So deadlock still as the second half begins. Forward it goes. Ball through needs to be good here. Pihak were quick to defend their manager in the wake of criticisms levelled at him in recent days.
Look, some of the scrutiny is a bit over the top these days, and you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. But he really didn't help himself. His decision-making was puzzling, to say the least.
Tierney hoists it forward. Looking for space out wide. Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. Cuts it out. Tierney. Schürrle. And it's played forward. Berry. Brings it out wide. Correa. It's sprayed out wide. Gets up to head it! Done very well to get to that.
The keeper really dug out his defence then, a magnificent effort.
Well, there's no sign here of forwards working back, they are staying upfield.
They are, Peter, and it gives them a chance to break, but it's also causing an extra defensive presence to prevent that.
Xavi goes for goal! That's a throw. We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Xavi. Out to the right. Shot it, goal! And in it goes! Pretty simple finish in the end. What do you think, Jim?
That's just a great finish, but it's down to very clever movement. You can see this has been obviously worked on the training ground. He knew exactly where he wanted the ball, and it all came good.
And when the manager called on him, he was only too happy to repay that favour.
Well, the instruction from the manager would have been, go on and make yourself a nuisance and see if you can snatch a goal. Mission accomplished. Perfect display, and the old saying comes to mind, when the going gets tough, etc.
Well, that's where he wants it. The changes then in quick succession. Peters. For it! Oh, that was no routine save.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
Peters. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Peter, they're leaving nobody guessing now. This is a decisive attempt to go further in front.
And he's there to cut it out. Kelantan making consecutive changes here.
Well, he's worked so hard for his side, as you would expect, but couldn't help notice that he was starting to labour a bit, so it's no surprise.
Brannigan. Mbappe. Big chance! Really well taken goal. And this is getting better and better. He was urged to shoot, and he duly delivered.
It's rarely a problem when that much time is afforded in the penalty box. Nobody sensed where the danger was lurking, and the finish was made a lot easier.
Kelantan take a 2-goal lead, and things should be comfortable from here on in.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Aimed in towards the centre. Danger averted for now. Well, it seems as though someone has been forced to pull up lame here.
Yeah, and the manager's concerned too. Substitution time perhaps, or maybe not, we'll see.
He's going to continue, it seems, albeit a little gingerly. Crunching tackle. It's anyone's ball. And he's there to hoof it away. It's a very good battle there, terrific to watch. Tierney goes long. Good. Has a pop! Oh, that is rather wayward. Shaqiri. Xavi. Official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. That intervention was very necessary. Chip through. Nice little flick. Now the counter. Gets away from his opponents. Saponara. Nasri. Brought forward. What does he try from here? Nasri! He's pulled off a flying save.
Well, that was high-class goalkeeping there too.
And that's that. Kelantan away with the win. A job really well done in all departments. A real sum-of-the-parts team effort. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Yeah, they had a game plan which was about hammering away in central positions, and it paid off. For me, they were persistent and ruthless.
Many thanks to Jim, and with that, it is a very good night to you.
Berani sikit tak takut, kalau cuba Berani sikit tak takut. Kalau cuba ngulawan, bakal molek titik pocome tidak tepek gagah hanelek semuanya. Anak Kelantan kena beringat negeri Selaku. Zam mak cek su main bola hebat sengoti. Lo ni tim baru tengok gaya tu nampak jadi. Zam mak cek su main bola hebat sengoti. Lo ni tim baru tengok gaya tu nampak jadi. Suatu masa dahulu di tahun 80 semua orang tahu gagahnya pasukan Kelantan. Memang itu main bola hebat sangat. Lawan tim baru tengok gaya tu nampak jadi. Hari ni di surat khabar dalam TV duk kecek belakang.
Well, a very warm welcome to you on this most pleasantly clear evening. Conditions absolutely beautiful. Perfect for the beautiful game. Temperatures are kind as well. No doubt playing a hand in high attendance levels as well as an elevated level of anticipation here. Surely this is the hot ticket going around in this neck of the woods. It surely must be. One glance and you know where we are. It is one of the most recognisable arenas for the beautiful game in the world. And boy, does it add to the occasion. The lineup we have suggests it's going to be a 4-5-1 formation, Jim.
Well, the lone striker has to be prepared to do some of the work himself, but essentially he needs two of the three central midfielders to make runs beyond him and trust that the wide men can service the penalty box and make those link-up runs from out to in. He should get plenty of support with this setup.
There's the whistle, and here we go. They get a throw in. Intercepts the throw. That's well read. Kelantan are on fine form so far as goals are concerned. They have scored in 5 games running. That's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. Time to deliver. Ball's gone out of play. Forward it goes. There's the through ball. Mbappe. He's got away. Oh, shooting chance! And he's there to make a great save.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
And that's been levered clear. It's come loose. close challenge there. It's not taking him long. That's going to be a booking. Forward quickly. It's a loose ball. Going through. Fine run, and he's happy to keep going. And it's hoisted clear. Plays it out to the flank. And now the breakaway. Some good play on the left-hand side now to profit from it. In towards the centre. That intervention was very necessary. Well, they can break here. And it's Munoz. Munoz, there he goes, motoring forward. Brannigan hoists it forward. Sousa. Remy. Match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Played out to the right. Well played, he saw that coming. Remy. Munoz. He spotted the run and played it through. Shapes to shoot! Cleared away. Xavi. Be a throw-in. Doesn't get the pass he's looking for. And the shot! Goal! An act of charity gratefully received. Deadlock broken, it's 1-0.
Well, just listen to the reaction. I think you can hear the approval from the support all around the stadium.
Attempts to play it through. Plenty waiting in the middle. He is not one readily to admit defeat. Don't be surprised if he tries that again. The counter is on. Brannigan, and it's played forward. Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Ball needed to be better there, it's a wasted chance. force his way through. The defence got the better of him this time, but I'm sure he'll go again.
The worst choice he could pick. He needed to get his head up and see.
Real chance! And he gobbles up the chance. And already they're looking to run away with it. There was to be only one outcome.
Yeah, and he knew all along what he wanted to do, and it's a really great instinctive finish.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Chance! Oh, he did the hard part right, but fluffed the finish.
It's easy to say it, but difficult to stop it when runs in behind are being made like that.
Brannigan brings it forward. He's had a shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
I think a little eagerness just got the better of him. He may have been thinking about back page headlines there.
It out. Munoz. Munoz. Out to the left it goes. He's gone for goal. A decent effort as the first half draws to a close. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
Kelantan sitting pretty here at half-time, 2-0 up. Whistle goes, and we start the second half. Idea, just poorly executed. Oh, he's broken through. That's one way of trying to make things happen. There's a few who could follow that example. That's little doubt, that is a foul. There could be trouble here. Now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket. Out to the right. Great lead! Harmlessly behind.
Well, that's why we all say indecision is fatal.
Mbappe gets away from his opponent, and the finish! And he nearly went all the way. Mbappe
just backs himself every time. Give him a challenge and he'll rise to it.
Mbappe. He's made sure that that won't get through. Dinks one in. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Great strength, too strong for his opponent. Gets it back. Mbappe is on the end of some really unwanted attention.
Well, they seem intent on marking him out of the game. They're certainly trying to wind him up in the process, Peter.
Remy. Lovren. A real chance if he can get through. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. Looks to clip it forward. Saponara. And it's Xavi. He's through the middle. This is promising. And the flag has stayed down. Quick glance at goal. Sousa. Well, that's where he wants it. And Dijk does well there. Alert. Almost 75 minutes on the clock now. He's gone for it! He's done very well to get to that.
Oh, that's a sparkling save. Absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra sharp.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact. Saponara. Mbappe. Battles to win it back. Adam. Remy. Good challenge, he just stood firm. Nasri. Gets the better of his man. Oh, that's a foul, and the whistle's gone. The referee has resisted the temptation to go to his pocket. It's just a stern lecture. Looking to dink it in. Yet another dead ball chance. Tries to get it forward quickly. Just brushed off the ball there. Mbappe, and he's shown him a clean pair of heels. And a foul? Yes, the referee's given it.
Well, Peter, when you're up against a speedster, you've got to get to him early and not let him get into his stride, and they're just not doing that.
Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. And surely that settles it. And he's produced a beauty. Without reply. This is becoming a stroll. The message is clear, none shall pass. Keeps everyone guessing. Shabby shoots! That's pretty clear, it is a foul. He knew what was coming, that's a yellow card. Protest continues, but in the end they are defending the indefensible. Kelantan with a set-piece chance. And this is the perfect opportunity to create a cushion between the sides. For a goal kick. Official showing that there will be 3 minutes of added time. Here it comes. Towering header! Great football, shot and save. Just whacks it away. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Kelantan, winners of a no contest, they just swamped their opponents in superior quality. So what do you take away from it all, Jim?
Yeah, they had a game plan which was about hammering away in central positions, and it paid off. For me, they were persistent and ruthless.
That's it for tonight's match.